Hey, hi all, welcome to the channel. Hope all is well at your end. Today we will talk about one important topic of SQL, which is basically subquery. So we will talk about what exactly is subquery and what are different types of subquery. Okay, so let's start this particular video. But before that, if you are new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe it. So let's talk about subquery. Okay, so subquery is basically a query inside a query. Okay, it is also termed as nested query. Okay, subquery is basically used to perform complex operation. Subquery can return single and multiple values. Okay, so let's talk about different types of subqueries. Okay, number one, single row subquery. Okay, this basically returns a single row and can be used with comparison operators like equal, greater than, less than, etc. Okay, let's look at the example. Retrieve employees with a salary greater than the average salary. Okay, so query here is select employee underscore ID, first underscore name, salary from employees where salary greater than, select AVG salary from employees. Okay, so here yellow highlighted one is basically a subquery. Okay, so how this particular query will be executed? Okay, first this subquery will be executed. Okay, and it will retrieve average salary from the table employee. Okay, and thereafter system will execute this outer query. Okay, so in nutshell will get employees with a salary greater than the average salary. Okay, number two, multiple row subquery. Okay, so this basically returns multiple rows and typically uses operators like in, any, or all. Okay, let's look at the example. Find employees who work in departments with more than 10 employees. Okay, so query for the same is select employee underscore ID, first underscore name from employees where department underscore ID in, select department underscore ID from employees group by department underscore ID having count star greater than 10. Okay, so again this yellow highlighted one is basically a subquery. Okay, so how this particular query will be executed? Okay, first this particular subquery will be executed. Okay, and from the table employees it will find department ID where employee count is greater than 10. Okay, and thereafter like this outer query will be executed. Okay, number three, correlated subquery. Okay, so this basically takes reference from the outer query. Okay, and it is evaluated once for each row processed by the outer query. Okay, let's look at the example. Okay, get employees whose salary is greater than the average salary of their respective departments. Okay, so query here is select employee underscore ID, first underscore name, salary from employees even. Here even is basically alias where salary greater than, select AVG salary from employees E2 where even dot department ID is equal to E2 dot department ID. Okay, so here what exactly we are doing? Okay, we are basically taking reference from the outer query which is basically even. Okay, so here even dot department ID we are using in subquery. Okay, so it says correlated subquery. Okay, so how this particular query is getting executed? Okay, first we are taking department ID from the outer query. Okay, in order to get the average salary. Okay, then we are comparing with salary greater than. Okay, so in turns we'll get employees whose salary is greater than the average salary of their respective departments. Okay, subquery in the from clause. Okay, so we can also use subquery of the from clause. Okay, so in place of table we can basically use subquery. Okay, and we can give some alias to this particular subquery. Okay, so it will be work as a table. Okay, so for example, select department underscore ID salary from, select department underscore ID salary from employees where salary greater than 3000. Okay, so this particular subquery with alias sub, it will work all together as a separate table. Okay. So this is also one of the feature of subquery. Now let's talk about two important operators which are basically frequently used with subqueries. Okay. All operator. So all operator is basically used to compare a value to all values in a list or written by a subquery. Okay. So here condition must be true for all values. Okay. Syntax for the same is value, operator, all, and then subquery. Okay. Operator can be any comparison operator like equal, greater than, less than, greater than, equal, less than, equal, etc. Okay. Let's look at the example. Find employees whose salary is greater than the salary of all employees in the marketing department. Okay. So query here is select employee underscore ID, first underscore name, salary from employees where salary greater than all, select salary from employees where department underscore ID is equal to marketing. Okay. So how this particular query will be executed? Okay. First, this particular subquery will be executed. So this will give us salary from marketing department. Okay. Then this particular condition will be executed. Salary greater than all. Okay. So from table employees, it will retrieve records, all the records where this particular condition is true. Okay. Where salary is greater than, like all of salary of marketing department. Okay. Next, we have any operator. Okay. So any operator compares a value to any single value written by a subquery. So condition is true if it is true for at least one of the values. Okay. Now let's try to understand the difference. Okay. In case of all, condition should be true for all the values. Okay. Then only condition will become true. Okay. But in case of any, if any of the value is true, okay, then condition will return true. Syntax here is value, operator, any, and then subquery. Okay. Let's look at the example. Find employees whose salary is greater than the salary of any employee in the marketing department. Okay. So here we are using the same example, whatever we discussed in earlier slide. The only thing is that in place of all, here we are using any. Okay. So select employee underscore ID, first underscore name, salary from employees where salary greater than any, select salary from employees where department ID is equal to marketing. Okay. So it means whatever this particular subquery will return, if any of those values is getting satisfied with this particular condition, then the result will come. Okay. Now let's try to understand the difference between all and any using one example. Okay. Let's say we have got this particular table. Okay. We have got 4 columns in that table: employee ID, employee name, salary, department underscore ID. Okay. Now let's see how we can write query using this particular table. Okay. Let's say we have got this particular query. Okay. Select EMP name from employees where salary greater than all, select salary from employees where department underscore ID is equal to 20. Okay. Now let's see how this particular query will be executed. Okay. So first this particular subquery will be executed. Okay. And what it will return? It will give us 6,000 and 3,000. Okay. Now this particular condition will be applied. Okay. So here condition is salary greater than all. Okay. So it will only retrieve those records where salary is greater than all from employees table. Okay. Now if we look at this particular table, okay, so we have got only this particular row 7,000 where salary is greater than 6,000 and 3,000 both. Okay. So this would return Mohan because his salary is greater than both Shyam's and Sita's salaries. Okay. Now let's try to write the same example using any. Select EMP name from employees where salary greater than any, select salary from employees where department underscore ID is equal to 20. Okay. Now how this particular query will be executed? Okay. Again, the same subquery will be executed, okay, and it will give us 6,000, 3,000, okay. Now this particular condition will be applied, salary greater than any, okay. So it means it will retrieve records from employees table, okay, where salary is greater than any of these values, okay. Now let's look at the table again, okay. So here the very first row, okay, so here salary is 5,000, okay. So this is going to be satisfied, okay, because salary is greater than 3,000, okay. Then Shyam salary, that is also 6,000 greater than 3,000. So this will also come in our result set. Then Mohan salary 7,000, that is also greater than both of these salaries. So this row will also come in our result set, okay. Then we have got Sita 3,000, okay. So Sita's salary is not greater than 6,000 and 3,000. So this will not come, okay. So we'll get Ram, Shyam and Mohan because their salary is greater than any of Shyam's and Sita's salaries, okay. I hope now you should be able to understand the difference between all and any operator, okay. So we'll stop here. Hope you would have liked this particular video. If so, please give your thumbs up. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Thank you. Keep watching.